Yeah, g'day, Wayne Cant here. Video diary. Interesting concept. New one for me. I'm going to try to post 2 or 3 times a week, and look, seriously, don't care if anybody watches this or not. It's just a way for me to track my progress through the year. It's the 1st of January, and I just promised myself I'd do this. I really don't know why. I promised myself I'd do it last year, didn't do it, and sort of regret it now. I haven't got anything to look at for what I've achieved aside from what I've got around the office in me. I achieved getting the guitars up on the wall. I achieved not going broke, which was a good one. Business-wise, in 2022, didn't do too bad. Made a little bit of money, employed a couple of people, got Raymond and Jennifer on with me now. Or Jennifer starts at the end of this month, look, had a few successes, had a few not so much, but on the whole was more successful than not, which isn't bad for a family lawyer, especially when you're representing blokes. Yeah, what else did I get up to during the last year? I got my red and white belt after sitting on a brown and white for probably 12 or 13 years with Yong Martial Arts and Fitness, and kept my fitness to a reasonable level in 2022. Got on the scales today. Of course, I've had a month off. It's been Christmas and I've been eating everything that's not bolted down and drinking quite a bit too, which is disappointing. Yeah, still only just a shade over 90.3 kilograms today with my jocks and my watch on. Looking forward to getting back on the path in 2023 and get my exercise regime back to where it was, say, a month, 6 weeks ago before I started getting sick. Looking forward to not getting sick too. That would be really nice. Let's see what else happened in 2022. Kids had good years at soccer. Marco attended the National Schoolgirls Championships in August and the National Futsal Championships in Brisbane in September as well. She did really well. Chris, again, a fantastic performer in Murdoch Melville's under 15's Division 1 side. Still didn't get a run with the NPL side, so we're going to shift him clubs this year because he deserves it. He's been one of the more consistent performers with that club, and it's just a real shame that they haven't given him a crack at a higher level. But c'est la vie. What else did we do during the year? Tommy did reasonably well with her Japanese tutoring. She's getting a lot of work. The financial benefit could be a little bit better, but I'm sure she'll get there. Kids and her are off to Japan in the next couple of months. I've got to stay here and take care of my puppies. One of them's got a little bit sick today, but I'm sure she'll be fine, our Yuki. All right, so back to, that's enough of a review of 2022. Back to 2023 and what we're going to get up to this year, because I've got some pretty big goals based around exactly what I did in 2022. I'll do the first 3 months of the year. One of my big achievements last year was January, February, March. I survived on 1 meal a day. And no alcohol. No alcohol is just a blessing at the end of the day. It really is good. No sugar is another good move, and keeping the carbohydrates down. I do find eating just 1 meal a day, I can eat just about anything I like and still keep my weight at a fairly reasonable level. Still fit into the same size pants as I did when I was 19, so not too upset about that. A little bit of overhang, but as long as they're not strangling my waist at the end of the day, I don't care. So the fitness regime up at 4:30, getting into some stretching, some planking and some body weight stuff before getting back into the shed and doing some weights. Probably, I don't know, 3/4 of an hour to an hour every morning before coming into the office. usually by around about 6:30 to sort of get the day on the way. But I mean, being an ex-journo, getting the day on the way for me involves checking out the news, sort of how badly are the Americans and the Ukrainians fucking things up over in Ukraine. How badly is the Australian government fucking things up every day here? How badly is the West Australian government fucking things up? And look, that's not a real great criticism of governments all over the place. I mean, in my opinion, they just tend to fuck things up more than they don't, which is sort of par for the course for governments. So yeah, fitness-wise, get back on the path, get myself down to around 85 kilos. I really think that's achievable. From the 90.3, it will just take a lot of dedication and getting up first thing in the morning, but I'm sure the dogs will get me up and demand to go for a walk and everything they do. Jiu-Jitsu this year, I want to get a red belt, get onto a solid colour after nearly 15 years on the lower grades and not grading at all. I mean, it was 12 years between my brown and white, my red and white belt. And thanks very much to all the guys that trained with me during the year. That was absolutely fantastic, and really enjoyed my jiu-jitsu this year. Felt myself get better. Felt my back get slightly worse. The fitness regime that tightens the core muscles up and keeps the back in gear, so I can keep my jiu-jitsu going, keep doing the falls, and keep being a good training partner to other people. Health-wise, I really do need to keep on the go. So for the first 3 months of this year, 1 meal a day. Keep down on the carbs, keep down on the sugar, like no sugar. Keep clear of the coffee, because that seems to give my kidneys a bit of a hard time. I mean, I'll be 56 this year. It's going to be we're pushing the envelope now, and keeping your health at this age is the most important thing you can do. What else do I want to do? I want to grow this firm. I want to make some money. I've got to get better with my billing. And demand money up front in trust. I really do have to do that. I've got people to think about. I've got mouths to feed. I've got Raymond here. I've got Jennifer here. They rely on me for a living. And if I'm too soft on the clients in terms of billing and doing too much work for nothing, which is what I've been doing over the last few years, then I'm going to fail. So I've got to find these guys their wages at the end of every fortnight, and that's what I've got to concentrate on. I've got to concentrate on getting the rent up. I've got to concentrate on getting the electricity bills paid. I've got to concentrate on the bills that I've got at home. I really do have to pull my finger out and get this business running really well as a business. Anyway, that's about it. Like I said, I'm going to try and post 2 or 3 times a week on the old PMW EX3, which is sitting in front of me. One of the great investments I ever made for our HD camera. It's kicking on for about 13 years old now, and still runs really well. It takes a good picture. It's only HD. It's not 4K, but I don't think I really justify 4K, to be quite honest. Look, if you want to follow what I'm doing, like and subscribe and get notifications when I put a new video up. Happy New Year. I hope you have a very prosperous and successful 2023. I'm certainly going to give it a crack, and I'll see you next time later on in the week. Till then, over and out.